thing. Receipts, boots. Oh, it's a phone
Oh,
number.
it's a
Be
phone
careful, bro.
number. Be careful, bro.
Oh,
It's a phone number.
That's a troll.
Can you see anything?
yeah, we see it.
Wait,
Yeah, we see
I
it.
go back. I put up the wrong one though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's me talking about when
That's
he
me
tried
talking
to.
about when he
Wait, I
tried to.
put up the wrong one. How do I stop this? How do I stop this?
You
Hold
go to
on,
stop
y'all.
You go to
broadcast.
stop broadcast.
Top left.
Stop there.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me.
It's okay. Y'all run it up and share the live, please. Run it
Okay,
up
I'm
and share
sorry.
the
I
live.
had it queued up and ready to go. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Can y'all see the screenshot?
Yeah. See now, if
Yeah.
you
See
zoom in
now, if
right
you
there, I
zoom
was
in right
minding
there, I
my
was minding
business.
my business.
That's when I was
That's when
smash
I was
passing
smash
roast,
passing roast,
and I
and I
screenshotted,
screenshotted, and he wrote me
saying DM
saying,
me,
"DM me,
no homo,
no
bro.
homo, bro."
There's an echo, VP.
Is an echo? Am I back? Can you? Is
I
it an
think you're
echo
back.
still? I'm
It was
back.
only when you were. It was only when you were screen sharing. There was an echo.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when you got this DM, like what was you thinking? Was you like, okay, this trade, or was you like, okay, this might be somebody I can talk to, like a conversation?
I didn't know any of that. I was minding my business because my show was booming. My show was taking off. My show was whatever. So I was just thinking, oh, maybe this is someone for business. Maybe this is someone who wants to whatever. And then when I saw that, he was doing the World Star stuff, I was like, oh, this could just be a back and forth with whatever, with
Mm-hmm.
content, like for us to do whatever. He can come to which he did. He came to my show a few more times. And it was just like that. And then it was just like, okay, you doing all this, whatever, in my inbox, and everything was fine for like the first week when I was doing my show. And then all of a sudden, he was like, great show. It was so funny. I was watching, minding my business. And then it would just be like, good night, babe. Babe or baby.
So it's safe to say that he made the first move.
You have that screenshot and receipt as well if you want to show it. That was the first time, yes. He
That was
wrote
the
me and
first time.
that was the first time.
Okay, okay.
Somebody putting a phone number. I don't even know who that is in there. Thank you, Auntie Z.
Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Yep.
Can you see? Okay, you can see it. Or is this the one you're talking about? The okay, good
It
night, my
sure
love.
is.
It
And if you
sure
look,
is. And if
yep.
you look, yep.
You zoom in,
You
and this is the
zoom in,
first
and this is the
time.
first
I
time.
said, "You
I
stupid."
said,
This was
"You
after my
stupid." This was
show.
after my show.
I'm here for the
I'm here
plug.
for the
Let me do
plug. Let
you.
me do you.
When he was talking about
When he
his
was talking about
relationships
his
with his
relationships with his
females,
females,
and I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Whatever works for
and I said,
you." And he
"Whatever
wrote me
works for
saying,
you." And he wrote me saying,
"Okay, good night, my
"Okay,
love."
good night, my love."
I don't know why there's an echo every time um, that happens. I don't know why, y'all.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Can
It's
y'all hear
it's,
me
it's fine.
okay?
Y'all gonna have to deal with the
I'm
echo. So
I'm
so that
sorry
was the
about the
first
echo.
time.
I
So
have
that was
an
the
iPhone, so
right. So that was the first time he said good night, my love. So when I looked at that
mhm.
good night, my love, I'm looking at the messages like, now mind you, when he wrote and said this, y'all, I want to be very clear. The reason why hear me saying about the polygamy is because he has three girlfriends. He is kind
Mhm.
of be not a nature boy in terms of like, oh, um, which is why his name is Polygon. He's not trying to be like a nature boy in terms of like the beating of the woman and all that, even though he went to jail for some of that and the cult like stuff. He's trying to be poly like, oh, I have three girlfriends that, follow my direction and do all that, but not to the extent of nature boy. Like he is trying
Okay.
to do that. So when you see me saying that, I was lost. I was looking at the motherfucking message like, and I literally showed my friend. I said, "Is this nigga talking to me?" And my friend said, "Yeah." So I was like, so I wrote back and I was like, "Okay, good night." And then the next day, like when I did my show, because my show was like sporadic, like 3 days a week here and there, he would come in my show and always be watching. So then it just
Mhm.
started getting to the point where I was like, "Well, fuck it, let me see." So then I wrote him, and then we started the FaceTimes. And you'll see in another message I sent you, he started saying, let's not have as much conversation. Now, FaceTime me really quick. And you'll see in another message that I wrote you, he started the FaceTime. So then it went from
Yes.
conversation to FaceTimes. Um, and you'll see, I sent you another screenshot of him saying, FaceTime me really quick. He would FaceTime me without his shirt on. He would FaceTime me standing in the bathroom with his ass cheeks out. He would face me
And
with
we
his dick.
actually we got pictures of him FaceTiming you. Give me 1 second.
He will also send me photos, yup, without a shirt on, everything, yup.
So this was he just doing these things randomly, or did y'all talk about anything, or
Well, no,
how did that
girl. Like,
happen?
okay, so what I think he was doing in the ultimate thing, which is why this came out the way it did, is because he was trying to hide everything from the fact that he had the polygamy with the three girls, and he was also entertaining me. So he was trying to not leave any breadcrumbs by saying, "Let's just FaceTime." So there was nothing on
Mhm.
record. Um, Take the headphones out when you screen share. They're saying,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah, that might be it.
You want me to?
So I would just be minding my. So he started FaceTiming, and I'm sitting here like, okay, he's naked and he's brushing his teeth, asking me how I'm doing. Okay, like his dick is swinging in the camera and he's just like laughing, washing his hands. So I'm like, okay, but you see, the last thing you see if you could show VP is the message of him saying FaceTime me really quick. Could you show that one?
Yes, I can. Give me 1 second.
Because he just started being like, can you FaceTime me? FaceTime me, FaceTime me. Mind you, y'all, this was like 5 years ago. We're going from 5 years all the way up until now. Because y'all be liking to think I'm capping, baby. But I screenshot everything. But I'm telling y'all the details in between. The dick would be swinging on camera. The ass would be motherfucking. The ass would be motherfucking out. He'd be brushing his teeth and washing his hands. Like I was just sitting there, like,
Can you see it?
yeah, look, I'm a FaceTime screen recorder. Yup. And I said, when? And he goes, right now. And I said, wait a minute. Because while I'm on FaceTime with him, I just see the dick swinging. And I'm like, yo, wait a minute, what? Yes, y'all, yes. That's weird for him to say that. No, he used to always. So the reason why I guess he, mind you, y'all have to understand this man had three girlfriends. He had Sandy, I think Polygoddess, and some other girl that he was trying to bring in when he lived in Brooklyn in a brownstone. Okay. So when all that was going on, I was just like, okay, this is obviously a DL man. This is obviously a man that doesn't, the Jamaican girl. Yes, thank you. Yup, yup, yup. This is obviously a man who doesn't want me to like, no, he's not coming to an interview. He's sitting over there talking about the same shit he's been talking about for the last 7 interviews he's done. Nothing. And they over there asking the same questions. And he's over there saying the same thing he's been saying. But I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about what he hasn't been saying to y'all, which is about
Mm-hmm.
how Polygoddess is the other woman, and then also the jail phone calls and how he was asking for money and how his stuff ended up in storage and everything went away because one of his other relatives went over there. His brother went to go check on the stuff, and bitch, they done motherfucking robbed some of the storage, including the purple chair, because he didn't have enough money to pay for it. You know, when stuff goes in the storage, then they go and sell the stuff. And now he does believe that that's his child, and he's in between because he doesn't have a job. We'll get to all of that. We're gonna get to all of that.
I
But
was gonna
anyways,
say something. You just
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Very storage wars. My bad. So much stuff.
it's
So
okay.
he
Breathe.
he
It's
was
okay.
he
Breathe.
was FaceTiming me, dicks and ass or whatever, and I was like, whoa. Like even when the mess because he would just be washing his hands, brushing his teeth, and be like, yo, your shit is funny. You mad funny. And I'm sitting here like this nigga's naked. Like, okay. Like, and you know, girl, he got a big old dick,
I
fat
was just
ass,
gonna
whatever.
ask
Like
that question. Is it
I
big?
have a pic-
Now, when we say
I
big, are
don't
we
I
talking like wide,
it's
long?
it's not long, it's thick. It's like six and a half,
Mm.
but it's thick. It's like girthy, whatever like that. I can
Mm.
probably find it and send it to you too. I have that as well. Um
Okay.
so um I was sitting there like, okay. So then it was just like, we were FaceTiming. He did it a few times. He did it like 3 or 4 times. So I was just like, okay, obviously niggas, whatever. So then I started throwing little stuff in there, girl. I started being like, you look cute today, you look nice. And he would be like, yo, fuck out of here. You trying to get at me? And I'm like, no. He'd be like, with your like saying little slick cute stuff. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I know this nigga got 3 girlfriends online, but whatever. And it would just be constantly like a random FaceTime. What are you doing? Me, like nothing. FaceTime me right now. So he would just FaceTime me, and the dick would be out, the ass would be out, the balls would be out, whatever, like that. So then I guess I was put up a gym selfie of me in the gym, whatever, like that. And he was like, after we FaceTime that night, was like, you look mad good. And I was like, thanks. What are you doing? And he was like, nothing, chilling in the house. And I'm like, oh, okay, word. Yeah, let me see. And girl, he sent me a whole fucking photo of him without a shirt on, taking a selfie in the bathroom mirror. You have that
We
as
have
well.
it. I have it. I have it. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. It's taking me a little minute, but I got it.
It's
Hold
okay.
on.
And it's like he forgot that I guess he was trying to keep everything off paper, if you will. Mind you, I didn't say anything about this for a long time. I stayed quiet about this for like 3, 4 months. I didn't say anything for like 3, 4 months. Oh, there's also evidence of him in there when he was burning and calling STD. We'll talk about that as well. And it wasn't from me. Because I didn't fuck him until he got tested and cleared. Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. Huh? I told you, I don't know what they talking about over here. Here's where you want to be, bitch. Here's the real fucking scoop. Mm-hmm. Where his old agency
I'm
owner,
looking
when he
for
was in
that
his old
picture.
agency owner.
I'm
I
looking for
sent
the
it to you.
picture. I thought you did, and I don't see it. Hold on. I have it. Where is the picture? Oh, here it is. Okay, got it. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got it.
And this is when everything came out. So it wasn't like I was just randomly screenshotting this. This is him sending me pictures of him with his robe on, shirt like that. That's his page, everybody. By the way, that's him in the little bubble. Okay? And that's him sending me selfies of him without a shirt, or I mean, with just a robe on. Good night, babe. Shit like that. She's not doxing. It was an accident. Y'all relax. It was
I'm
my phone
sorry.
number.
So we showed all of that? Did all of that
Yeah,
show?
yeah. It's okay. It was only for a second though. I think it was my number. You might want to. Right? We black. Yeah, they black. Y'all chill, chill, chill. We gonna get there. Don't worry.
I feel horrible. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, baby. That's why before I interview, baby, I be Xing stuff out, scratching shit out. I be yep. I get all my T's lined up before I even motherfucking. Child, you finna have people calling numbers and shit. It's all right, baby. It's all right. It happens. It happens.
You said
That's all right, boo. It happens. I be having all my T's lined up, child. I be scratching shit. Somebody calling her? Hey, baby.
okay, here we go.
It's okay. There you go. Yes. So that's him sending me one of the selfies. And that was the first time that he sent me a selfie with him like on camera, whatever, like that. Now, mind you, once again, I will tell you about all this came out. So this was happening for about 2 months. We would go to eat dinner. It was just very much like, oh, what's up? Are you in the city? I'm in the city because he used to live in Brooklyn. And when he wasn't with the 3 girls, he would come and we would get dinner a few times. This was over a 2 month period. We would take a walk in the park. Now, he was so sneaky and skitsy that I asked him, I said, why you always FaceTime me? And he was like, shit get too messy. I don't like to, nothing on paper, stuff like that. I was like, now anybody with a brain, VP, is going to get like, if you're dealing with somebody like this who has 3 girlfriends, but is sending you selfies, saying goodnight, doing all this, like they obviously want a piece, but they don't want their shit out. I ain't got no choice but to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in the outing business. He was never disrespectful to me. He paid for dinner a few times. He would always be so friendly and flirt and stuff like that. So it wasn't like he was aggressive and beat my ass or anything or threatening to whoop me. It was just kind of unspoken. I do remember one time we went to Chelsea Piers, and there's the water over there, and we were walking, and I had a sweater on. Thank you, Romeo. And I took my phone out to take a picture, and he literally reached over to my hand and was like, nah, nah, nah. And I wasn't even taking a picture of us. I was taking a picture of the water. And I think I was going to try to initiate like a picture of us. Like, I took out the phone to be like, oh, it looks so pretty. And to take like of the water. And he was like, nah, 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 nah. And I was like, okay. So I can't even like this is like,
It can't.
can't, like, we out here like very like, yeah, he did take me to
So did
Chelsea
you guys
Piers. Yeah.
ever define your relationship? Like, were you guys ever an item?
No, we weren't ever an item. So what I think happened is um he came over my house when I lived at a different part of New York one time, uptown. And I lived in a smaller apartment. And he came in the room and he was smoking and I was chilling. He was chilling. And I had my little TV in there. I was watching it, whatever, like that. And then, we were just smoking. We both got high. And then, I was like, next to him or whatever, like that. And he was like, yo, why you got all them clothes on? And I was like, I'm just relaxing. It's the summertime. And he was like, yeah, but it's mad hot. So I'm like, okay, because he had on basketball shorts and a tank top. And I'm like, all right. So, girl, I took my shirt off. And he took his shirt off. I mean, then one thing led to another, girl. But the thing about it was with him.
And one thing led to a who, what? We need to know what happened.
Girl, we was kissing, whatever. Like, not, oh, don't skip. So I want to be very clear. I want to be very clear. I want to be very clear. Willie Pichardo is 5'1". Okay, I am 5'10". I had a twin bed. It was small. He is not. He is not. He's not skinny, but he's not big at all. He's short and like whatever. So, when we were sitting on the bed, like, I had a twin bed, so it wasn't that much space. So we was knee to knee, obviously. So I'm sitting there and I'm playing my PS, whatever. He's smoking, whatever, like that. He puts his hand up like this. So I'm sitting here under where the arm is. So I'm like, okay. All right. And then he eventually just puts the arm down. We start kissing, girl. My shirt's already off. I grab for his ding dong. Yo, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, so we start going at it, girl. We start making out, whatever, like that. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the gag. He gets on top of me. Like, throws his leg over me. And I'm just, for me, I'm still in disbelief because I'm like, yo, this man got 3 girlfriends. He's online being like, yo, blah, 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 blah. Yes, he got on top.
I was going to say, so basically, he's the top.
No, that's not how it worked out.
Oh, okay, keep going.
So he threw his leg over me, girl, and we making out, whatever, like that. So when he's on top of me, I'm thinking like, oh, whatever, but I'm rubbing his back. He takes one of my hands and puts it down towards his ass. So I was like, oh, this nigga, okay. Yeah. But here's the thing, okay? We eventually start fucking, whatever, like that. Take your clothes off, whatever, like that, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. I remember vividly when I started, he kept grabbing my waist and he was like, yo, slow down, stop, relax, slow down, stop, relax, slow down, stop, relax, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so I kept stopping and going back and stopping and going back and stopping and going back. And then eventually, we did the dues, which makes me think that I was his first.
That was going to be my next question.
I thinking I was his first because it wasn't necessarily that it was anything dirty. It was more like it was very tight, but he was just we were there. Maybe it took like we were there for like maybe an hour and a half because it was about 40 minutes of foreplay and X, Y, and Z. We were just there for so long. somebody over there. I'm cracking up because he's sitting there with a whole bunch of people talking about absolutely nothing. So we were there, and he just kept grabbing my waist, kept grabbing my waist, kept grabbing my waist, and be like, "Wait, stop, please." And then eventually, when I got in there, I go, "Yeah, I wore him the fuck out," but he likes to kiss. So, and he had the same braids that he has. He had the same braids that he does now. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
like hold his head up, and I turned his head, and we was kissing, and we was yeah. So we did all that. But what was weird was after we finished, he literally got dressed and was
Mm-hmm.
like, "All right, yo," and just left. So I'm like, "All right, like just okay." All right. And then it was the same thing. FaceTime. We would go to dinner here and there. But he would be getting online with these three women and doing this whole, all of this, all of that, all of that. And then the next time we fucked, girl, it was like this. He came over again, and the next time we fucked, girl, I didn't have any of these issues, which makes me think that he either got fucked by
So
somebody else or somebody taught him how to douche his ass or something like that. Because the next time, when I tell you, it was very much he came over, threw his leg up, pulled down his pants, whipped my shit out, and we just went straight at it. Like there was not even conversation. So it's like now I'm fucking you like 2 or 3 times, and it's like not an issue. So I'm like either somebody else is fucking you or you like got I don't know. So everything was fine. Whatever. I was minding my business. Hey y'all in the comments. Let me sweat the comments so I can't I'm reading them. So I was minding my business, and then I did one Smash Pass and Roast show, and this is where everything went wrong. I did one show, and he came up on one of my shows and was trying to give, I guess, what he gives with all of the other people he does content with, which is booty bleeder, faggot, I'ma hurt you, I will kill you. And I'm sitting here like, mind you, did I have feelings? Absolutely. Did he have feelings? Absolutely. Which is why I think he does a lot of stuff that he does now with people. Because I think with me, he does a lot of stuff that he does in front of people with me because he has feelings. But he was really aggressive and threatening me. And when we got off, I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So I watched his stuff with the girls, and then the girls and him started talking about me. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know y'all not. So I'm texting his phone and I'm calling his phone. And he like, yo, chillax, calm down. And I'm like, nigga, you need to control it because this is not cute. Like, you calling me a booty bleeder and a faggot and all this, but we didn't fuck 3 to 4 times raw. I didn't motherfucking wore you out. Jizzed all up it like, bitch. We kissed, we make out. Like, he never slept over. We went to dinner, we ate. Like, I never imposed on his relationship with Sandy, the Jamaican girl, and the other person. But you really saying all this stuff to me, and I'm literally digging in your ass. So then he literally went live with the three girls, and I was like, I just came from doing one of my Smash Pass and Roast shows, and I'm not for exposing people. I'm not for out in the trade and the DL man, but I was like, you're not finna try it in front of me and make me look stupid and tell me all this shit and call me all these names when I'm literally digging in you. So then I went motherfucking live, and I joined his live, and that's when I guess the viral moment happened because I just finished. People were like, well, why were you doing all this in costume or whatever? I was coming from a Smash Pass and Roast, and he was talking about me on his live with the girls again after I told him to stop. And one thing
mm-hmm.
about me, and two things for certain, I don't give a fuck what y'all talk about, but I'm not finna know all this shit behind the scenes and then you get in public and play in my face. So I motherfucking joined that live, and I motherfucking wore him thin in front of all those girls and everybody in the world. And then I think I sent you screenshots of that. After I laid him out and I started sending the receipts, he went live and started pretending to fake cry. I think I
Yes,
sent a picture of that for
you did.
empathy. He
And I'm
started to fake
terrified to pull
cry.
up the screenshot right now.
Why?
I'm scared. I don't want to dox nobody else on accident. Hold on,
So
y'all.
you pull it up yourself before going and looking at it and everything. Pull it up yourself and then do the screen share. So pull it up and zoom in and then do the
And
screen
then pull
share.
it up. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so then he pretended to fake cry, which y'all about to see, in front of thousands of people. He pretended to say, "Stop the lies." He pretended to say, "Oh, he's lying. I never met God Zeus. I never did any of those things. He's lying about everything." And then I started to show the photos of him with everything. That's him on his page. And him saying, "Don't believe the lies." This was years ago, y'all. Don't believe anything. Trying to do that in front of the girls. Oh, God, Zeus is lying about everything. I never met this man. Me and this man never had any relations. There's nothing going on. Don't believe the lies. He's doing all it for social media and clout. And then that's when I went to showing the girls everything. I showed them everything. I showed Sandy, the Jamaican girl, and all of them. His text messages, him saying bae, him saying blah, blah, blah. So then he started going and writing messages to people being like, he's trying to ruin my life. And I'm like, you're trying to storyline me, but I'm over here showing receipts of you actually doing all of this. So then fast forward, a little bit of arguments happened. I did go to Brooklyn. I did knock on the door. He didn't expect it. So what y'all saw was recorded.
Can we dive into that? Okay, so with the whole going to Brooklyn thing, how did you get his address?
Are you talking about this recent time or are you talking about years ago?
Oh, so you're talking about you. I'm sorry. So you actually had been there before this recent time. Catch that tea? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So he used to live in Brooklyn in a high rise, brownstone, one of those things, whatever like that. I think a high rise or something like that. And I knew he was over there with Sandy and all them people. So I did a pop up because once again, after all this happened, they was talking shit. And I'm like, sir, I know where you live. Like, bitch, I haven't been over your place. But I can just pop up in there. Like, y'all not finna keep talking. And also, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was in my feelings. It's my feelings.
That's fair.
Because I'm like, child, we humping and you treat me, he's a sweetheart. Like, you treat me all types of good ways and then you're doing all this. So I took my ass down there to Brooklyn and I knocked on the door and I started cursing him out. And Sandy came forward and I mushed her. He jumped in, like pushed me down. So I just started swinging, whoever the fuck was there. And then I ran out and I think, once again, I was coming from one of my Smash Pass and Roll shows. I was on one of the Smash Pass and Roll. So I made my way all the way over there. So they ripped my hair off. It was in the hallway. I was given all that. They had photos of all of that. He's got photos of all of that, probably if you ask him. But I did. I came there and, it was just like a warning signal. So then came back. We left it alone. Whatever. I carried on with Smash Pass and Roast, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. He called me. He texted me. He called me. He texted me. He called me. He texted me. I had to just cut it off. Then we go to Bigo, and here he is over here. So he would start texting me, I miss you. What are you doing? X, Y, and Z on Bigo. I have been ignoring that man for months and years since he's been on here. You understand me?
Okay.
I would only entertain him sometimes to come into the room and Kiki and Kai and throw some shade. But he has invited me over so many a times when he was in Brooklyn with the big purple chair. He gave me a fucking house tour. It's two bedrooms. One of them looks like a storage closet. One of them has a motherfucking blow-up bed with no sheets on it where Sandy used to sleep. He's got the big purple chair, and then he's got his room. So he keeps the other girls in one of the other rooms with Sandy with the air mattress. There's an air mattress, a couch, and a chair. There's no furniture. And then there's his room with a bed and a little TV on a dresser. And then that's it. And then you have the main room where there's only one motherfucking long pole that he motherfucking live streams from the window. Okay? That's it. There's nothing going on there. All right? And he was on a CPN. Because he didn't have a job. Because he didn't have a fucking job, which is why y'all saw him live all the time. Okay, if you want to get into it, let's motherfucking get into it and tell the guys.
Well, let's get into it then.
So then, I had been ignoring him, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then when he was going on the spree of going and fucking all these females and stuff like that and doing all this with all these different women, he also was dealing with this little lady called Polly Goddess, light-skinned girl, whatever like that.
Yes, the one of the baby mamas.
One of the baby mamas, yes. Sandy, at the time, he was using to get clientele. Mm-hmm. So Sandy is someone in the house that one of the pimpering and pandering that he went to jail for because he was using her to bring other clientele, men and women in the house to have sex with. Mm-hmm. Men and women.
So basically, he's not you're not the only. You were the first, but you're not the only.
I don't know if I'm the only, but I do know that he was using Sandy for clientele. Now, do I think he joined into the clientele? I don't know. But I do remember that Sandy was there. I met her a few times through FaceTime, whatever like that, after we were on Bigo, whatever like that. And I know that he used her. She was a prostitute. He would bring in clientele. They would fuck her. The weed man, drug deal, all of that. Yeah. It was the brothel in there, yes. So yeah.